All right, we're back. All right, you guys are finishing up lunch. What is your next move?
Hey, don't we have an assassin we're supposed to find info about?
Oh yes, yes, you're right.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Jeez.
Ah.
Oh, should have asked about that, huh?
Maybe. You
Well.
spent a shitload of gold. Maybe you can just walk back in and just ask.
Excuse me.
How?
Have you guys gone back?
A few more days. I can always circle back.
I mean, also, I don't know if that spell that reads bard songs would be great to find an assassin. So maybe just like general voodoo instead.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if we're looking for an assassin and they want to kill Ovid, what if he just showed up in the city?
To clarify, you're not looking for the assassin. You're trying to find out who's sending the assassins, because there has been more than one. If you remember, when you returned to Darkbrew, there had been more attempts on Ovin's life, and all of the would-be assassins were killed by Lyric. So you guys aren't necessarily here to find the assassin. You're here to find the person who's hiring the assassin.
But Nicoya's onto something. We could start a rumor that, holy crap, Ovin's here because he's mad that there's been attempts on his life, and then Nicoya can just face swap into Ovin, and we could stage
I could be bait.
a master bait, if you will.
Oh my God.
There is no reason for anyone to know that we believe that it's coming from here.
I mean, I probably not over unless someone takes some time to do some serious critical thinking about the hospitality guilds and DMV and trade routes and tolls and money changing hands. Then probably not, but it's there. The pieces are there. It's just whether they're looking at them in the right order. So, does anyone feel like getting baited?
Let's do it.
Getting what?
Baited.
Yeah, let's put the bait
Together. I feel like it's going to take some setup where we should probably like spread some rumors first.
Yeah. So maybe someone else should go into the brothel and tell the rumor to their other partner.
I mean, I can go back.
We could talk very loudly in taverns.
We could talk very loudly.
Someone pretends to be a little too drunk and starts running their mouth.
Yeah.
Lucky, you're great at that.
Lucky?
Having internet problems. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
we could just have Lucky be Lucky, just with a script, kind of.
Hey, be my best friend. Do you want a secret?
Yeah.
Maybe sing a song about it.
Oh yeah. Ovin's pissed that you're gonna kill him, and now he's coming to wherever we are.
Ooh, a rock ballad.
Hearth, Stone Hearth, Stone Hearth, Sand
Are
Hearth.
you talking about
Sand
Lucky
Hearth.
doing a song?
Sand
Yeah,
Hearth.
well, we
like
said we
missing half
needed
of
to
the
find
conversation.
someone. We needed to find someone who's really good at getting drunk and talking loudly, and then that obviously ended up with Lucky. And we're trying to spread the rumor of Ovin coming to Sand Hearth because to hunt down assassins or something. Could you
We
whip
have
up?
to say that part.
Do that.
Maybe he's
Can we
coming
just say he's in town? Period.
to do business.
Sure.
Business.
Business.
I mean, and if you
business.
can switch your face, all we have to do is every once in a while let him be seen and then switch back before anyone can attack, and that'll spread the rumor as well. Be like, oh, I saw him.
There he was.
Or that
the
will.
right
I
people
mean, if
see
we
'em.
do it too obviously, it's going to get us like in some hot water. Of why can Nicoya switch faces?
True.
Well, my whole body changes.
Are we setting up
Not just my
way
face.
too tall of a house of cards right now? This is us. We did
Probably.
and not like the fun Lifetime movie or whatever, but like, this is us. Was it Lifetime?
What
Hallmark?
kind
I
of-
don't know. This is
What?
us is something.
I'm showing
Like,
some
you're-
Isn't that a really depressing show?
I haven't seen it.
I mean, here we are.
Ula, do your skills include communicating with the other side at all?
Not technically. It's more I can locate the undead. But those are a unique breed of things, and I don't sense any of that here. But yeah,
No,
Just curious what interesting talents everyone has.
I'm good at hitting things.
I have horns.
I do like the idea
Same.
of Nicoya baiting everyone in town, but we
Mhm.
also, we might just be setting ourselves up to fail horribly at whatever plan we come up with that. When we could just, ask questions.
What if we very ambiguously inquire of a few different inns, like what their security levels are if we were to have a special guest come that needs a high level of protection?
That could work. I don't know how many people would assume it's Oven.
Coming from the DMV?
That's true. Yeah, we could just ask around as the DM. I feel like the less we have to pretend we're not us, the more likely things are to succeed. So, we could do the master bait plan, or we could do the where are taverns, ask about a security levels for a high profile guest. We could also just go back and talk to Darlove.
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 I vote for bait.
Bait.
We all love debate, right?
Love baiting.
Okay.
Guess
I-
we should bait them.
time to
What
be.
can go wrong? Let's do it. Come on.
Oh God. Okay.
Calvin will help you bait. It's fine.
I don't need help. Just help from the gods.
Oh. Deity stuff.
Which
So,
one? Which one?
Any. So are we going to start spreading rumors, or are we just gonna have Nicoya just swap?
How crowded is where we are right now?
It's after lunch. It's pretty crowded. So a lot of tables around you. And bartenders are pretty busy. You guys definitely stand out, but no one's paying you too much mind. I mean, there's whispers and there's like, "Ooh, yeah, those are the guys. Those are the guys." And
Oh yeah, we're celebrities.
They,
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
probably notice if I changed right in the middle of this tavern.
they would absolutely notice. And a couple people have come over to you and said thank you. And
We're busy.
Oh, perhaps maybe we can mention something about a reward for capturing someone with information or someone who knows something about this assassin or assassins.
Do we
We
have
could
money to
Casually
offer?
talk.
What if we just
Isn't
went in?
that
Winter's got to. Oh no, wait.
No.
We could offer a free tarot card reading.
Protection.
What if
It's
No, I
not
mean, if
that
they're
obvious.
already being nice to us and
Big
coming over,
reward.
I'm sorry.
It probably doesn't have to be a big reward. They're
We're looking
in
for a
dire straits right
snitch.
now.
If we could find a snitch, I think something that could, bring out.
I don't know
The
how
rat.
many snitches are still employed at high level political assassination.
Who's the town gossip?
Oh.
would I know that?
No, you would have kept to yourself, and if there was any gossip to be had, it would probably not have been shared with you, and you would
That's
not have
true.
been in a good. Yeah.
I mean, but we can try it. We can offer a reward just for information.
I mean, we could also just go say hi to the Hospitality Guild people, right? And see who seems angry.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'm for this bait plan, I think we do need to cover our bases and make sure the foundation is as stable as it gets before we ruin everything. So we should probably inquire at the Hospitality Guild, and we should probably go ask Darlove just for giggles if she knows anything, or could know anything, or knows someone who might know anything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I hate a sound reasonable plan.
I wanted to bait, damn it.
Where's the Hospitality Guild in relation to the tip?
There's no like hospitality. I mean, there is a guild, but there's no like office. So basically, the way it kind of works is, there are people who have interests. So let's say like the people who have like run the inns and taverns get together on their own, and like they form the guild. So there's not like a guild hall or something like that. It's just a group of people, and then there's probably a leader that's appointed to look out for their best interests when things come up at town meetings and things like that. So you would basically find it's probably an innkeeper, and you just have to ask around and find out which innkeeper it is.
Probably Wilda could tell us that.
We're also in right? The
You
tavern.
are also in a tavern, yes.
Why don't we ask the tavern keep, and then we can make our way back to Darlove, and just ask, and then we can track down hospitality people.
Hospitality people.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Anyone have anything else to add? Any brilliant plans or supernatural powers? Those are also on the table to discuss right now. Okay. Barkeep.
Okay, so you go up to the barkeep. Yeah, he's another human. He goes, yeah. What can I do for you?
Hospitality Guild. Where would we contact them?
Oh, well, that's our leader is Watt.
What?
Oh no, that's his name, Watt.
What?
Yeah, no, that's Watt. Watt owns the Gilded Trophy.
Oh.
He kind of represents us, and he's up at. Usually spends most of his time there in Northgate, but he's the one old crotchety fella. But he's been looking around. He's been looking after. He kind of helped build get this town up to where it is like years ago when nobody else wanted to come down here. It used to be just a little hunting lodge, and then he had grand aspirations. Kind of helped the town become what it is. But he's up there in years. He's kind of crotchety, but he's a good man.
Thanks. Bye. Okay, let's go to.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Don't often. That's weird though. I was gonna say, don't often see dwarves around these parts.
Yep.
You're like the fourth one in a month.
Cool.
Why?
Wait, where are all these dwarves that you're seeing? What's
Oh no, we had a party of about 3 dwarves coming here about 4 to 5 weeks ago.
And here I was thinking he was just being racist, but he's actually being useful.
what did they do? What was their story?
Oh, not much. They just came in, had some drinks, and yeah, that was about it. And, well, one of them, 2 of them didn't really talk much. They were just kind of all dressed in black and brooding and didn't do much. And the other dwarf kind of sort of did all the talking, but it was talked really quiet. Couldn't really hear.
Was the talkative dwarf a man or a woman?
Well, don't take any offense, but under a cloak, and if you can't see their face, it's kind of hard to tell your dwarves apart.
I see. Were they wearing the tabard like this?
No.
But dark and brooding?
Yes, 2 of them. The other one was just stayed quiet and cloaked. Couldn't really see their face.
That sounds like Kenny's bodyguards.
It sure does.
Oh. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
And-
yeah, sure. Come back anytime, and thanks again for what you guys did for us. We're real appreciative.
My apologies for
you-
the terse response. You've been helpful.
Nope. No problem. dwarves.
You're treading a very thin fucking line.
Oh, sorry. No offense. Again, sorry.
We should go,
Yeah.
Kelvin, before you
Yeah.
get
So
angry. Or
Yeah. As we're leaving, I'm just like, he doesn't realize saying no offense doesn't belate the offense that happens after.
He's human. He's an idiot.
Don't stress yourself out, buddy.
Let's just go to Darlov.
Sure, Captain.
I'm all ready for it.
Wait, so
All right.
when did Henny hire her guards?
After the first assassination attempt.
Yeah, when he went
You
to,
actually don't know.
That's when we saw
the
them.
The first assassination attempt happened. After the first assassination attempt, you guys ran to do your next mission, which was through the caves. And before you left, you had seen that they had hired Lyric as the bodyguard. And then when you guys got back from your mission through the mine, that's when you had learned the bodyguards had just kind of shown up out of the blue.
Kelvin, don't we have that stone that we can talk to Henny with?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
We
we
do.
could ask her if any of her bodyguards were down in Sand Hearth recently.
If she is and was, if she's in on it, you don't want to spook the mouse before the trap is on it.
That's true.
And if she's not in on it, you don't want to spook a mouse the size of Henny with a temperament and imposing nature if there's nothing that she can do about it. I would sympathize with Oven if we put the idea that Henny's own bodyguards are, in on it, and she's not. That poor man would die of stress before he dies of a crossbow bolt.
Fair enough.
Should we go to somewhere more private?
Yes, the whorehouse at the
Yeah.
brothel.
Yes. Can we get another meeting with Darlov?
You guys walk in. You guys go there. You walk in. You actually see a couple of other people in the waiting room there, the front parlor. They look at you with a combination of a knowing wink and maybe a little bit of shame, but mostly they're there and they're just waiting. And the door opens. Darlov walks in and goes, "Oh, you again? Back for more? How can I help?" She looks at you. You made quite an impression, Nicoya.
Thank you.
We apparently we weren't finished, and we've come for round 2 of questioning.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Well, I mean, maybe more too. We'll see.
Well, we're all booked up right now, so you'd have to wait. But who has some? I'm free for questions, or who would?
All
Is
of
this
us.
personal, or all of you?
All
Okay.
of us.
Can you accommodate all of us at the same time?
Yeah, I would need a bigger room. So she, and a couple of other girls come in, and a couple of women come in, and she points them to like the other people that have been in the waiting room, and then she leads you up the stairs across from her office and into like it's a central sitting room, but no one, like a common area, but no one's in there, and there's couches around like a round coffee table, and she bids you all to sit down, and she says, before she goes upstairs, she actually ducks into her office and comes out. And now you guys go up the stairs together, and you all sit down. She says, "Well, what can I do for you? What questions do you have?"
We need your help tracking someone down, or some people down.
So you need to find someone.
Yes.
Do you know who they are? Do you have a name? Do you have an image? Do you have a description?
We have an image of some people, but I don't know if they're the ones we're looking for.
Can I telepathically say to Kelvin, we know what that one assassin looked like that we stopped.
I know.
You also know where he is.
He's in the prison.
Yeah.
We need to find someone's employer. and that someone doesn't like to talk. I'm not asking you to torture. I'm just hoping someone said you're, you know
That
things.
may be a bit outside. Okay, I think I may be able to help. And she reaches into her robe and she pulls out a deck of tarot cards. And she starts shuffling them, cutting the deck. I can answer. You can ask 3 questions. Yes or no questions. And the cards will tell me the answer.
Yes or
It's
no
about the
question.
best I can do. So if you come up with 3 questions, yes or no, that might be able to help you.
How many
I will
rounds of this do we get?
just the 3.
But could we do this for other topics too?
Not right away. I would need to rest in between.
Oh.
Wouldn't we all?
So, Vanguard, what topic do we want to... We've got that assassin in chains. We could maybe ask some questions about that. There's the 3 dwarves that I'm exceedingly curious about. And is this only past and whatever's fact and history? This isn't like future divination prediction or anything like that, is it?
This is whatever the cards. The cards were enchanted by a cleric long time ago, and they give me the ability to once every so often commune with that cleric's god, and that cleric's god will let me know the answers to yes or no questions, or if he doesn't know, if it's not in his or her domain, will answer to the best of her ability.
Yeah, but can it be something in the future? Like if, I don't know, Winter says something stupid, I'm like, am I going to smack Winter upside the head? Would...
If it's in that god's purview, if the god sees that, I don't believe there is any. I don't believe there is any stipulation into past, present, future. If the god knows the answer, the god knows the answer. If the god does not know the answer, the god will be vague.
Is there a domain we should focus on that performs
Yeah, what
better?
god is this?
You know, she never told me the god. But the deck does seem to work rather well. It has served me well in the past.
So,
It's a serviceable deck.
I was a little intrigued when you said she reached into her robe and pulled out a deck.
I knew you were.
So, are we asking about the dwarves, the assassin, some of each? None of them?
Maybe
feel like
we ask anything about Henny?
I was thinking
They do need to be yes or no questions.
Well, we could
Right.
ask something like, is Henny in on Oven's assassination plot?
Yeah.
You know, and we could ask like, do the dwarves, the 3 black cloaked dwarves that were here a week ago, no?
One of the dwarves was in a cloak. The other 2 were in black armor. That they specifically. So you were right. The 2 of the dwarves were obviously the bodyguards, and the other one was in a cloak. Yeah.
I think one of the questions we have to ask is the Hospitality Guild sending assassins after Oven?
Yeah.
Because we kind of need to know if...
Maybe not the guild itself, but like a member of it.
Sure.
Yeah. Is someone writing these down?
No.
Yes.
Okay, Ula, you're already
Ula's
a
on it, I
valuable,
think.
Okay.
valuable member of the team.
I've taken many, many notes in my years.
So I
in
think you've
school.
got 2 questions. You need
Is
one more.
the Hospitality Guild
Yeah.
in on it?
Is Henny in on it?
Yeah.
maybe if there's any other like imminent attacks planned, or if trying to think of what would help us the most.
Maybe like a radius, like I don't know, asking if the assassin is within certain radius of us or in the
Well,
town?
weren't there multiple assassins?
I don't know.
We'd have
Yeah,
to,
just, we
Based
should figure out
on
who's
information.
sending them.
we could ask if the assassin hirer is in Sand Hearth.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, do we want to do that, or like, have we met the assassin hirer?
I'm
We
gonna say
have-
employer.
Yeah,
That one?
That's a better word.
Yes, yes. Someone went to school here.
What school?
You'd hate it.
Do we want to ask about the dwarves at all? Because I feel like if we focus on the employer, we'll get to the bottom of that. And if we can rule out Henny directly, then
Hmm.
if Henny's not in on it, then the employer's probably in on it. Those dwarves existing in this area and being so close to Oven. I feel like we can save a question, not just ask about them directly.
So don't ask what the dwarf question?
Yeah,
Or don't ask. Okay.
I think we
So-
should.
So far we have, is the Hospitality Guild in on it? Well, we can rule the second one out. If we say, have we met the employer of the assassin or assassins?
Oh, that's true. We should
That
also
would
think
cover
about
the Henny question.
That's true. You're right.
So we have one more question slot to fill. Fill the slot, please. That'll be two.
You're in the right place.
I guess if the answer is yes to if we've met the assassin, we could then narrow it down by asking if it's Henny or Henley,
Okay.
or
Henny.
and
Do we
then
leave that
if
open?
the answer is no, have a different question ready.
Mhm.
Okay. Just wing it?
I don't want to wing it, no.
Okay.
I can
So
think.
Well,
if
maybe we ask about the dwarfs if
Okay,
the dwarves if
Trying to think.
but we've met
I don't know.
Henny's bodyguards. Some of them.
That's true.
Yes or no questions make it hard if we're trying to narrow it down to a certain degree. So we have Hospitality Guild. Is it someone we've met? And then if the answer is yes, we can ask if it's Henny. And if the answer is no, then we need a new third
Oh,
question.
then do they live in Sand Hearth?
Are they in Sand Hearth right now?
Sure.
Is that too broad? I think it.
I would think so.
Might be.
So we asked,
We could ask if they're a resident of Sand Hearth, because it doesn't really matter if they're here right now, because they could be on a road somewhere, right?
What if it's Ula's dad?
that.
John Bovey?
Ugh.
What if it's Pudding Wizard?
God, what's got Maya have against her dad, man?
It's personal.
Are we?
So what if we start with, have we met the employer of the assassins? If yes,
Should we specify hired against Oven? Will the deity know? Is it
Yeah,
the
against
intent, or
Oven.
is it the the wording?
Ask the questions.
I think we should be specific with our wording.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she shuffles the cards, cuts them neatly out, lays them on the table, closes her eyes, and says a quick prayer that the cleric had taught her, and says, "Okay, are you ready?"
I believe so.
All right, first question, please.
Have any of us met the employer of the assassin or assassins who tried to kill Oven Darkbrew?
She kind of cocks an eyebrow at you.
My hand is just digging into Winter's thigh, like in nerves.
In a good way or a bad way?
I wasn't expecting that line of questioning, but let me see. So she takes the top card. Puts it. I'm sorry. What was the question again? What was your exact wording?
Have any of us met?
Matt. Okay, well, you
The
guys circled
employer.
through so many questions.
Yeah,
So
I
have you
know.
met? Okay, so she places the card down, and there is a ring of people, all holding hands, and she looks at it and says, "No." But by this card, it feels like you've met someone who has met them.
So it was, have we met the employer of the assassins?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've met someone
So you
who's
have not met them, but you have met someone that has met them.
So it still could be Henny, because
Or
Henny
it's-
might not be the one, hiring them, but she could be in on it. Or it could be Silvertip, or it
could even be someone Oven has met.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. Then that would make sense. I don't know why you'd hire someone to kill someone you presumably never met. I mean, maybe if they're moving into your space, I just feel like
So should we ask about the hospitality guild then?
It could also be you've
Next.
met someone who's in the hospitality guild that knows someone in the hospitality guild.
I think we should ask about the hospitality guild, because if we can just rule them out totally, then based on a random tarot card reading from a brothel owner in a random district of the city.
She's right there.
I know.
I trust her.
I'm looking at her.
And she kind of looks at you and goes, "You think someone from Sand Hearth sending people to kill Oven?"
We're just asking questions.
We're asking.
Okay.
you.
We're writing a
We
really
think someone there is,
Okay.
and we're here.
She picks up the deck, shuffles it, puts it down, asks your question.
Is the hospitality guild responsible for hiring someone to kill Ovid Darkbrew?
She takes the card, flips it over. Coincidentally or not coincidentally, is a golden cup, a golden wine shower, mead vessel, or a nice, chalice. And she says, "The card tells me no."
Would you be able to tell if that just was interpreting it as the entire hospitality guild as a collective wasn't behind it, or if someone singular within it?
The way I would interpret this is the organization. What's the way to put this? If someone in the hospitality guild is doing it, is responsible, it is not officially sanctioned.
Okay.
However, as an aside, I know every single member of that guild, and I would be extremely shocked and disappointed if I hadn't heard any of them were responsible for this.
Can I do an insight check?
But what do I know?
Can
I'm
I-
just a fortune teller who runs a whorehouse.
Could I do an insight check to read the fortune teller who runs a whorehouse to see if
You may.
I'm just trying to see if she's trying to actively lead us away from something. Seven.
Nice.
She seems not very. She's not hiding her offense very well, but she's also doesn't seem to be hiding anything. But you really can't see past the idea that you have definitely offended her.
Because of the brothel comment, or just asking about the hospitality guild in general?
Probably the line of questioning and the brothel comment and the fact that any of her friends might be involved.
Look,
But
no offense, Darlove, but if we were to sentence someone to death because of some cards that we had read to us, that is a very flimsy line of evidence. It's nothing against you or this. It's just this is the first stepping stone. We'll need more
Understood.
to go on.
You have one more question.
I feel like we need to ask about Henny, right?
Yeah.
If she's somehow involved.
Yeah, if it's not the Hospitality Guild. I think we should just ask, is she involved on it? Knowingly involved in it. Because if she's just a pawn, I don't fault her. But if she...
I mean, I'm assuming, can Darla obviously hear us talking about all this, or are we like huddled and whispering, or?
No, you guys are all in the room. I mean, she's definitely, unless you're like trying to like whisper and be stealthy and lower your voices, I'll make you roll for it. But I mean, it would be you guys having confabs in the same room, so she can hear your discussion.
Good.
Okay.
Right.
Does everyone agree about the willingly in or knowingly in on it kind of modifier?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So is Henny willingly trying to kill her husband over in Darkbrew?
She shuffles the cards, puts them on the table, puts it down, and there is a I was gonna say, there is a single planted rose growing out of the ground, and it's a full bloom, and it's a beautiful drawing of a rose. And she says, "Definitely not."
Mm.
We said willing though, right? Maybe she's being blackmailed.
Henny sus.
Or maybe
The card
they're
the
paranoid.
card tells me that there is lots of love there, and she would never do anything like that. And if I had to interpret it past yes and no, I would say she is not knowing anything about her. She would not even do it for blackmail. She would fall on the sword herself before stabbing her husband.
How nice is the tarot card set?
That's pretty nice. I mean, it's
Is Callan gonna steal it?
No.
Yeah, can Ula like read the cards at all?
What?
Like considering, can Ula like try to read the cards to get any vibes? Like
You're
that
gonna
they're.
vibe check the tarot card deck?
I feel like you would be able to do something like that, right?
I would say you can go ahead and I would say go ahead and roll a religion check on that.
Okay. 4.
4. They are very nice. They look like they were hand illustrated in a monastery. They have that very lovely. The backs of the cards have a very lovely manuscript scroll and detailing and filigree, and yet it's with such skill that all the backs look identical, even though they're not copied. You know, there's obviously to get something by hand. So these are very skilled monks. Or acolytes that illustrated these. You don't recognize the god or symbolism, but it's. I mean, the best of your knowledge, they look authentic.
So,
Can I persuade Darlove to make this sort of hush hush and not to say anything to people?
You could, I mean, persuade magically, or
Like-
just ask. Are you gonna? I mean, go ahead and persuade.
Darlove, I'm sorry,
That's
the dwarf's a little rough around the edges, but if we could just keep this between us and not share the questions, we'd really appreciate it.
You're apologizing for the dwarf being rude, yet you're assuming that I don't do my job in the strictest of confidence for my clients?
I mean, we don't know you.
I guess that's fair. I am thrown off by this line of questioning. It is very disconcerting.
Well, keep in mind we are here on business. We're here to do a job. It's not personal.
I thought you came to rescue us from the Boulettes.
That was
Oh,
part of it.
we are part of the business.
That was our
Yeah.
primary
There's
goal.
more
here.
to it than that.
I see. Well, you guys are just a bit more than mercenary monster hunters, aren't you? Interesting. I look forward to dinner tonight.
Are you?
You're gonna be at dinner?
Oh,
Interesting.
yes. All of the town leaders are. This is a feast in your honor. Did you not know that?
No,
I will be
I don't
there.
think we did.
We're not informed.
The master of the hospitality guild, who you think has it out for your boss. He'll be there, and yes, several of all of the districts, the neighborhoods leaders will be there.
That's very exciting.
Hmm.
I see.
No, Darla, I mean, I know you said that this line of questioning was very disconcerting, obviously, and you know we've been very concerned as well, not because of any there as you have likely gleaned, there have been attempts made on our boss's life.
Apparently.
So if there is anything that I mean, we're grasping at straws right now. We really are. We understand that, this is obviously out of the blue and strange of us to ask, but we are trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, and we know what he's trying to do is something that not everyone loves, and so we're just not sure who has what interest in what's happening at Darkbrew, who dislikes it, who supports it. We're just trying to figure it out.
So, let me see if I follow this. Someone has been trying to kill Oven. You think for whatever reason, or you have it in your head for a reason, a possibility might be someone from the hospitality guild here is trying to have him killed. I can only assume. I don't even know the reason why that would. I know the hospitality guild. I know Watt in particular has not been keen on Darkbrew's plans, but he is not the kind of man to take a hit out on someone, especially not at his age. He's very old. But he's always meant. I mean, he's crotchety, but he means well. I honestly can't think of anyone. Did an assassin come from here? Is that why you've?
Perhaps.
Well, if there was an assassin to be found, if someone came here looking for an assassin, they would naturally go to where the hunters are.
Hunter's Alley.
I would ask around the Twisted Tusk. But yes, I can't think of anything else. I have not heard of anyone offering those services, but I tend to try and stay away from those kinds of people. And for the record, I am in support of what Oven is trying to do.
I feel like merchants and caravans are good for your business. So.
Well, I'm looking out for the town itself. The more customers for our goods, the more money comes into town.
Can we do an insight check if she's telling the truth on that?
Sure. Roll an insight check.
Oh boy. A 20.
20. All right. You get the feeling that, aside from the fact that, yes, more money with people, more money in the pockets of people in town would help her business greatly. She also does seem to does have genuine concern for the well-being and prosperity of her hometown of Sand Hearth. So you don't detect any hint of distrust or misleading you or lying or anything like that.
Okay.
You've been more helpful than we expected, Darla.
Well,
Not
I'm not
because
sure
we
what you
didn't expect
expected,
you to
but-
be helpful, but
Well,
Thank you very
That-
much for all your
that one was on the house.
so
Perhaps someone should leave a tip that
we left.
isn't me.
Didn't,
I mean, I did earlier this morning with my
Oh,
horns.
True.
God, we're all cheap, aren't we?
Someone give her some
There's
gold.
an awkward silence after Winter says someone should leave a tip.
Here's 2 gold, Darla.
I guess.
Darlove.
Sure.
All right, Winter takes out 2 gold, puts it on the table.
What?
So,
I'm-
thank you.
I'm Kelwin.
oh, Kelwood.
Well, Kelvin takes out 2 gold, puts it in. Oh, well, thank you. That's appreciative. And yeah. So where to now?
I'll be back later, Darlove.
See you tonight, honey.
Ooh.
I mean, we will, right?
She will.
You'll be at
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, dinner.
How much time do we have before dinner?
I would say at this point you guys have probably about 4 hours.
Should we make a stop by the Twisted Tusk? Is that
Sure.
You
conspicuous?
can go back to the Twisted Tuck. Absolutely.
I feel like we have 3 dwarfs to ask after.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do
Okay,
we
let's do it.
try to be inconspicuous?
Well, you've already talked to the bartender at the Twisted Tusk about these dwarves. He was the one who
Oh,
told
that
you
was-
about them.
Oh, that was where
That
we
was
went.
the
That's
Twisted
right.
Tusk. Yeah.
Oh,
So you could go back and ask more questions about it.
yeah. Well, that's
About
even
the
less
assassins
conspicuous
in
because he's the one who
general?
brought them up to us. Perfect.
Exactly.
So let's do that.
All right. You do that. You go back to the Twisted Tusk. It is not as crowded as it was before because it is after the lunch rush. And you actually, it's actually fairly empty. I'm actually gonna retcon a little bit and saying it wasn't that full because at this point, because everyone can finally leave and go out and hunt, that actually the streets and a little retcon atmosphere here, but the streets, taverns, things are pretty much have been empty. You've had the city for yourself. You get the feeling it's because, now that they can go out safely, all the hunters have gone out. Everyone has gone out to try to, all the people that have been taking shelter within the city walls have gone back out to their farms to salvage what they can. You okay there, Van Maya?
Yeah, Milo started licking my toes and scared the shit out of me.
Aw, Milo.
Milo is a dog.
Milo is a dog. Yes, let's see that there.
Okay.
So you get the feeling like, yeah. So now that everyone can finally safely get out of the city, they've gone to like hunt and get fresh meat, and then go see what supplies and food they can salvage from the nearby farms have been. So it has been fairly quiet and empty in the city. There were a few people at the bar at lunch, but it wasn't packed and it wasn't crowded. So the city seems fairly crowded.
Lucky, it looked like you just yawned into your boobs, but it looked like your boobs came up to cover your mouth.
Sorry, podcast listeners, you'll have to watch the video for that one.
Oh my god.
It's Lucky and his amazing yawn blocking boobs.
I'm cold. I'm all bundled up.
Mhm. Boobled up. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
all right. So you walk back into the Twisted Tusk, and because it is quiet, the bartender looks back up at you and says, "Oh, you guys again? Here for round 2."
Yes.
Hey.
How do we? Like, 1 second. We're like way across the bar from each other, right? Like me,
Yeah.
us, and the bartender.
Yeah.
I just turned to everyone. Are we playing this like down low, or do I just announce to him that we've decided we want to hire someone to kill a person?
Why don't we ask about some, hiring some muscle for the return trip and seeing what comes out of that?
Muscle with like
That's a good idea.
An air of subtlety.
Murder.
Yeah. Muscle with like a specialty in recon and stealth.
Like a discreet, stealthy muscle.
Yeah.
Sure,
We've decided we wanted to buy muscles from you. I'm kidding. That was a joke. We've.
I was gonna say this is we're landlocked.
Oh yeah. I'll get closer, and so I'm not shouting across the bar. We came inquiring after some hired hands to help us on our trip back to Darkbrew's Rest, but hands with more of a knack for subtlety and recon.
Nice.
Well, I mean,
and
you've come to the
knives?
right place. I mean, that would pretty much describe most of the experienced hunters here, but then they're all out on hunting now and trying to get some game. Some of them might be back early. Some of them have been instructed to bring back as much fresh meat as they can, as quickly as they can, and I think some are back because I can smell the smokers going and from the tannery districts. But I think that pretty much any hunter would be capable of that.
Have you had any hunters? I mean, we're looking for like the best of the best. Never fail, right?
What are you looking to hunt?
I don't know, just
the most dangerous game.
the most dangerous game indeed. But like, what if?
I just realized
have you ever
that's a
had
pun.
one not come back from,
What was that, Winter?
I don't know. Have anyone you know like just not made it back from the hunt?
Oh, yeah, it's dangerous. Hunters get killed all the time. They're not just hunting geese and ducks out there. They're hunting.
I'm gonna hunt something.
Wild cat animals. Oh, the wild Gretel.
Cat butt.
Hi, Gretel. I love it when pets come to visit. It's D&D and pets. Oh, that's a series. Okay.
No, guys, I would hate for anyone to go missing like that other one we heard about who left a little while back and just never came back again. I forget their name. But I heard they went out on a hunt and they just, their family misses.
About how long ago was this?
Ooh, Kellen, how long ago do you think it was?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
About 2 weeks?
3?
God, I heard someone talking that missing guy.
Maybe 3.
You know his name.
Wait.
Oh. Are you talking about?
Wait, let me go replay episode 4.
He looks at you and goes, "No, we haven't had a hunter go missing in a while."
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else then. I don't know. No, well, that's good.
Yeah, I definitely don't have his name written down.
Which?
Any of you guys have what's that? That feat? Is it
a brain?
There is a feat you
None
can
of us
take where
have
you remember everything perfectly within like the past 30 days, but I don't think any of you guys have it. So
No.
We're not talking about that like
It's not
werewolf
gluten, is
dude,
it?
are we?
No,
No.
we're talking about the guy that we found inside Darkbrew while we were eating lunch.
Right.
That hunter from Sand Hearth.
Oh, the hunter. That guy. Yeah. I have a brain.
I can't remember his name, Winter. You're right. I know who you're talking about, though. That hunter.
Just a real shame.
Anyway, who are those 3 dwarves asking about?
Oh, Those guys. They were they were looking for someone to do, well, as you said earlier, actually hunt the more dangerous game. And we don't like to have that trade around here too much. That would give us a bad name. So I sent him off to AO4 in Cowtown.
Okay, we're gonna leave, but we are definitely not going to wherever you just mentioned.
I figured that. You know, I forget about questions a lot easier if I have shiny things to distract me.
Here's 3
3 what?
3.
gold.
Oh,
Goes
Weird.
that.
Where did this 3 gold come from?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Who could say?
Not me.
Okay, bye.
God, we're terrible. All right,
Yeah.
goodbye. I don't even know who you are.
Barkeep.
Name's Al.
Nope,
You can call me Al.
nope,
Al.
we won't. You don't even know who
Appreciate
we are.
that. I won't call you by your names either. Hope to see you again for the first time.
Okay, are we
So
going?
we leave and go
Girl,
to
bye.
Cowtown.
You're heading down to Cowtown.
I hate Cowtown.
Yum. How far away is that? Is that
It's just the neighboring. It's
borough
like a
or
10-minute walk. It's another section of town. Yeah.
got it? Not an actual
The
town.
town is
in-
the town has about five neighborhoods basically: Northgate, Tusktown, Tannery Row, Hunter's Alley, where you are now, and then Cowtown. And that would be Cowtown with a K.
Watch your step. Just you never know what's gonna be on the ground.
I just mutter as we're walking. I just realized that pun, dangerous game. I thought it was just people saying it was a difficult thing to play, like a game. I totally forgot that, you call prey animals game. Dangerous game.
Yeah,
And you're our leader.
Yeah.
I just got it too.
Let's go to Cowtown.
oh, whoa. It was really confusing when you were covering your face, Lucky. You just turned into
I know. I was like, where'd you go?
where'd she go?
Lucky's just fucking with us.
A boob shawl.
So maybe we should talk about like what we want to do with these dwarves once we find them. What are we?
They're probably
What's our
not still
plan?
here, right?
Yeah, they're probably long gone by now.
Yeah, this was weeks ago.
Oh damn! Well,
Mm-hmm.
never
Are
mind.
they technically back home?
Well, we're probably just gonna ask who they talk to, right?
Well, we're going to AO4.
AO4.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know who or what that is?
Yes, you all would. It's the name of the assassin that you killed, that you captured in.
Oh,
Are you kidding?
Oh,
Guys, that name sounds real familiar.
does.
Wait a minute. What?
I
AO4.
don't think we ate our Wheaties today.
it's been a long day.
I've never eaten my Wheaties.
Did
Oh,
She-
that's right.
She's only eaten somebody else's Wheaties.
to be gluten-free Wheaties.
Gluties.
Weenies.
You can go see Darlove again. Yeah, so guys, AO4 is not here. He's in a jail cell.
That
right.
is
We
true.
can
Well, so that's why I'm
go ask.
so like maybe someone went missing approach and see if anyone
Yeah,
brought up.
but I couldn't remember his fucking name, Winter. Neither could you.
Yeah, well, I thought no one knew what the fuck I was talking about.
No, I was in on it. I just didn't know the name.
We couldn't remember his
Why don't
name.
we go to Cowtown and ask to see this guy, even though we know he's not here, and see what comes up?
That's a really good idea.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
All right,
Gonna be a
leave,
little conspicuous though, because we're not covered in shit. But
Roll around on the
mean,
you can
ground.
go see Darlove again.
It didn't smell like that kind of place.
just by one horn, okay?
Oh my god.
It's not what I heard.
People are either gonna love this episode or end here. This is the last one.
We are who we are.
I feel like if they've made it this far, they're probably enjoying it.
Awful.
Yeah.
But at least we have each other.
Title of
All
our
right, so
sex
you guys
tape.
approach. You guys enter Cowtown. It is very, very stinky. It is in the south. I believe the southeastern corner of the town, and it is definitely like the poorest neighborhood. And what you do notice that catches your eye is stairs going up the inside of the wall, and you see people carrying, a lot of them children, carrying buckets of slop and waste just up the wall. And there's just like barrels, like wheelbarrows, carts, Cooper's barrels, just all lining the wall, overrunning with literal animal waste.
Nicoy,
Innards.
that's the pool, isn't it?
The pool's on the outside
Yeah.
Oh.
of the. So basically, what as Nicoya tells you, what happens here is all the waste all the stuff that the tannery and the tusk town and the engineers can't use, and the butchers can't use, goes to here, gets carried up over the wall, carried up to the top of the wall, carried down the wall, then gets thrown into a pond, where it just settles to the bottom, rots, and excuse me, and then is eventually scooped up and used for fertilizer. Rather good fertilizer, actually. But so it's the place is pretty stinky, as you might imagine. The homes are a bit more run down. Is not the most desirable section to be in. And as you are walking in Nicoya, you do see a familiar face, a guy named Stony,
Oh, okay.
Stony Miller. And you recognize him as, he doesn't, you would never have met him. You wouldn't have really ever interacted with him. He kind of runs the whole waste processing facility, reclamation parts stuff. And he's kind of like the foreman they call him the foreman of Cowtown. And you guys see him as you're walking, you recognize him. He's like the only one you recognize. Mostly because he was like an important figure while you were there, and he's older, but he was never he's a hard ass, but he was never mean or unduly harsh or anything like that. He just ran the place and knew what you had to do to keep everybody working hard and keeping them in line. So that's like the one person you recognize. Everybody else is just kind of going about their business and walking up and walking down and bringing in carts and. Yep.
Would he not know me at all? Because wasn't I a waste walker at one point?
You were, but you would have had another supervisor. He wouldn't have dealt with you guys. He was more like just kind of ran the whole operation. Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Waste Walker's a pretty cool title for a really shit job.
That job sucked. But at least I wasn't in the boats in the pond.
Mm-hmm.
There are boats in the shit pond.
Yeah. Some of them just go around to like mix up the water. And then my sister used to be one of the people that scooped off the bottom for the fertilizer.
A literal muckraker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are they like
Sucked.
So sorry.
paddle boats?
Yes, that's exactly what there's paddle boats that go around, that they just paddle around on the surface of the water all day, just aerating the water, getting oxygen into it. And then there's like dories, like 14-foot, 12-foot dories with people in them that have long rakes, and they dip the rakes in and scoop up the bottom, the sludge off the bottom, empty it into at their feet into the dory, and they bring that to the shore, and then that gets harvested and dried out and used for fertilizer.
Where does
Was
your
that
fresh
real?
water come from?
Not that goddamn pond.
They collect fresh water off of the They have springs. There's mountain springs, and they also collect it in cisterns off the roofs and things like that.
Thank God. So we should talk
No,
to
it is
someone.
not. It is not a potable pond.
We should talk to someone who's probably not that guy. About
Stony.
AO. Yeah, probably not Stony. About AO4. Who would Nicoya? Who would we talk to here? Who is not Stony?
I guess we could
Nicoya,
go
you
to a
would know
tavern.
that you would know that there is a tavern. Yep. And yeah, it's everyone pretty much keeps to themselves. But if the tavern's probably you would suggest the Tallow Tavern.
Oh yes, we should go to the Tallow Tavern.
Either the Tallow Tavern or the Cozy Cow.
The Cozy Cow sounds much more inviting.
Is that spelled with 2 Ks?
It's absolutely spelled with 2 Ks.
Oh my God.
Wow. So we'd go to one of those places, guys.
Yeah.
The Cozy Cow sounds much more
I recommend
fun.
the Cozy Cow.
The Cozy Cow is the inn and tavern. The Tallow Tavern is just your regular old tavern. Yep.
All right, let's go there and ask for AO4.
All right. You guys go into the Tallow Tavern.
What?
There is a
Cozy Cow.
Oh, the Cozy Cow. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There is a woman behind the bar. Again, this is pretty. This is pretty empty. She sees you come in. Ah, God, can't believe I can't believe we have visitors here. It's especially stinky right now. We haven't been able to get the waste over the walls for 3 weeks. It's been building up. So, she welcomes you in, apologizes for the smell, puts some potpourri on the table. She points to a table. You guys sit, and she puts some potpourri, just lights it, just to try to mask the smell. And says, "All right, what can I get you?"
AO4.
AO4. She just gets this look of disgust. Like, how do you know AO4?
We don't. We're looking to.
Well, then you're better off for him. He's a deadbeat, never pays his bills. Somehow gets other people to buy his drinks for him sometimes. He's the worst. Haven't seen him in a few weeks, though, so good riddance to him.
Where does he normally hide? We've got some debt we need to collect.
Yeah, good luck with that. He doesn't really hide anywhere. He comes and goes.
Just never.
If you have to ask me if he's not here, and if he's in town and he's not here, he's probably at the Tallow.
Oh.
Does he have any friends around?
That loser? Not really.
I see.
Should we order something so we don't look like total assholes?
Sure.
Has he been in here? When was the last time he was in here? Was he with anyone?
Yeah, he was in here about 4 weeks ago with strange. Normally I wouldn't pay him too much mind, but he was here with 3 dwarves, which is really, really weird. Don't get many people, dwarves or tieflings, and then looks at lucky large humanoid cats very often.
We got some debt to collect with those dwarves too, so.
They were pretty fancy. They weren't from here. But if they were here for a few days, they would have stayed up at Northgate. They were too fancy for Cowtown, that's for sure.
Do you know where they were from?
I never saw. I didn't pay attention. I try not to pry into their business too much.
Fancy how?
Oh, they just, they were clean. They didn't stink. They weren't covered in shit.
What was that, Winter?
Oh, I was just asking if we're fancy.
Oh, are you fancy? Yeah, you guys are very fancy. You guys are all matching. Doesn't get much fancier than much people in matching robes.
I guess we should head over to the Tallow. Here's a gold, and we never met.
Oh, okay. Well, Suit yourself. Thank you very much.
All right, to the tallow.
Fine.
The tallow.
Is the tallow the other bar?
Tallow's the other bar.
You guys, you'll get used to the smell eventually. You just kind of
I
you get used to
never
it.
want to get used to this.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned. The moment
Yeah,
the
you
smell
live-
stops giving me a headache, I'm going to be concerned. I'll probably go see a cleric. Oh wait, Ula.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And this isn't even like rotting garbage smell. It's meat based, so it's basically like
Rants.
they might as well call the place Corpse Town. It just smells like rotting bodies. It's just terrible. And like she said, because they haven't been able to get to the pond in 3 weeks because of the boulettes, all the waste has been building up and being stacked against the walls.
To the tallow.
Okay, so you guys go to the tallow.
Ula, is this like bad, even by your death standards? It is,
Yeah,
right?
this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people do shit themselves when they die, but this is like, a massacre. It smells like a lot of people died here. Well, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah. People keep saying this is extra bad, and I damn hope it's extra bad, because if this was normal.
Is Nicoya pretty much unfazed by this?
Yeah, Nicoya's like, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And I could kind of
Good old days.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's
Nostalgia.
basically like, if any of you like, have ever lived near a marsh or been near a marsh, it's like you go near a marsh at low tide and you're like, oh my god, but people who live near it are like, yeah, whatever.
Marshes just smell like farts, though. Farts and fish.
Yep.
That's true. Yep.
Very farty.
Yep.
This is like a meat fart.
A 4-week-old meat fart.
All right,
Meat
so
fart.
you guys are in the tallow.
Ugh.
Should I just be direct with these people too? It didn't seem
Yep.
like.
Sure, it's an empty bar, just a bartender.
I think the collecting debt thing is effective.
Yeah, it sounded like it when she said he didn't have any money. It seemed believable. Can we get a table?
Sure. This old guy brings you to a table.
Yeah.
No potpourri for you guys there.
Do you know someone named AO4?
Yeah.
Does he owe you money?
Yeah. No. He didn't come in here too much. Always had a couple. He would disappear for a while, come back, had some coin to rub together and buy a few drinks. Sometimes he'd buy a round and then he'd disappear for a few weeks.
Do you know where he stayed?
No idea. I don't think he actually lived here. We just pop in from time to time. Do business, leave. Didn't get what his business was. I heard he was killed up north a while ago. I don't know if that's true, but rumors get around.
A guy like him's probably been killed a few times when people
Probably.
like us come looking for him.
Probably. Something going on in Inglestone, I heard. That's what the rumors were.
Is that everything? We're also heard last time he was with that I'm gonna pull out a gold coin preemptively and put it on the table pinned by a single finger.
He arcs an eyebrow. Yes.
We heard last time he was here he had some eclectic friends, 3 people, dark leathers and 1 war cloak, about my height.
Yeah. No, he wasn't here with them. But they came in looking for him, and I sent him over to the Cozy Cow because sometimes he hangs out there. But yeah, no, they didn't. They weren't together. But I do remember those 3 dwarves. Don't forget trio like that. You don't forget that pretty quickly.
Do you know anything about them?
No, they were fancy. 2 of them all dressed in black, looked pretty tough and mean. The other one, just kept their hood down, whispered, could barely hear them. But just asked questions about where they could find AFR. Gave me a gold and I pointed him toward Cozy Town. Toward the Cozy Cow.
Maybe we should look and ask around in Northgate if that's where they stayed.
Oh, that would make sense. They were super fancy. They definitely would have stayed up at Wilma's place there.
Wilda?
Wilda. They would have placed at Wilda's place there. Wilda. She doesn't come. We don't get together that often.
Is it because she's too fancy?
Oh yeah, she's real fancy.
Does anyone have any other questions before I compensate our new friend?
No, I guess no.
Okay. I just tossed the coin at him.
Well, thank you. Much obliged.
Marking down another gold coin. Still less than Winter spent.
I'll make that worth your while, Winter. I just need some time.
So, do we just head to Wilda's and get ready for dinner tonight?
You guys got a couple hours. It'll take you about a half an hour to get back. You guys, I assume, going to want to wash up again.
It's going to take 3 hours to wash the stink out of us.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you guys want to go see the pond before we go, or
No.
No.
I'm good. Yeah.
You guys can stop in and talk to Wilda before you go up and refresh.
Was
or you
there
can...
anything else we wanted to do in Cowtown before we left? Because we talked to people at the Tallow and they said go to the Cozy Cow. We talked to the Cozy Cow and they said go to the Tallow.
No, the Cozy Cow, the woman at the Cozy Cow pretty much just said he would also hang out at the Tallow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Corey, you don't have any hot spots of crime that you'd think that an assassin would hang out in here, do you?
not that I know of?
Want to show us your old house?
Sure.
That's not the answer I expected.
You get Nicoya leads you like to the southwest corner of the wall, and kind of behind a cart full of rotting meat is a small alleyway. And here the like large cob houses have kind of ended, and now we're looking more like, I mean, it's not so much of a house as just like lean-tos made of tarp, like leather, like discarded leather hides, and large, very large bones that just kind of hold up, like bones the size of tree trunks, basically just forming these like basically leather wrapped huts, hide wrapped huts, basically. And hers was one of the ramshackle ones, and pretty much a one room leather tent, basically.
This is pretty shit.
Nicoya's old home.
Yeah, tell me about it. It sucked.
Yep.
Are your neighbors nice
Satisfied?
at least?
We didn't really talk.
Is the crime rate okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Could be worse,
How
I
are the
guess.
schools?
What? Schools?
We're
Not
thinking of
schools.
getting into the landlord
There are no
business.
schools here. It's either private tutors if you can afford them, but mostly it's apprenticeships.
Are there good green spaces around? How walkable is it?
It's walkable. There's a nice little cafe. Some of the houses have some nice. It's a
We
transitional
pull up
neighborhood.
Zillow real
It's
quick.
up and coming.
Up and coming. Yeah.
Public transport.
On the
Ride-
meat carts.
Riding the meat cart to
yeah.
work and back.
You can ride the meat cart from the Tannery Road to.
But it's-
How bad is the smell here compared to everything else?
And we don't get
Well,
a lot
the
of
smell is
tourists
just kind
in
of
this area.
settled into the back corner. So this is there's no airflow because you're in the corner of the wall. This is like, yeah.
The
Yeah, you
tourists
thought it
really love
smelled-
to come see our meat carts, and they just take a ride, and it's really like a little.
Yeah.
It's what really brings them in. It's
Yeah.
it's our quaint
At
little.
least
it's culture.
when you guys first walked in, at least there was some airflow. But now that you're back in the corner where the southern and western walls meet, there is no airflow.
Oh,
Maybe
please,
we
let's leave.
should,
Are you satisfied,
You know
Colin?
how something tastes so bad you can taste, like smells so bad you can taste it.
Ew.
so bad
Like you can chew
almost
the
taste
stench.
it. Release your
Meat sweats.
indigestion.
Yep.
Feel the,
Yeah, you can basically chew the stench.
um,
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should leave
All
this
right.
place behind.
So you
Nicole,
guys,
you're fancy now. So
What's
um,
that?
said you're fancy now.
Yeah, more so than before, I guess.
so
Could
you guys
afford a gold on a
hightail it
whore.
out.
Fancy.
Find yourself at the Downy Den, and as you walk in, Wilda is there. Oh,
Girl.
back again. Gonna get ready for big dinner tonight?
Yeah, do we smell bad? Do we smell very not fancy?
I would wash up.
Yeah,
I can get those clothes at least steamed for you if you'd like.
that'd be nice.
But before we go, I think we wanted to ask you a question, Kelvin.
Sure.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, 3 dwarves.
4 weeks ago.
4 dwarves. 4 weeks, 3 dwarves. 2 turtle doves.
The turtle doves. I remember them well.
Yeah, they hired
Turtle
assassins.
doves of Inglestone. Good family.
We heard. We're very curious about those. You know, apparently it's been made abundantly clear you don't get a lot of dwarves in this city. What could
Well,
you?
we don't get a lot of anything but humans usually, but it's nice to have variety.
What could you? That's the least offensive thing anything said about this topic today.
Well, humans. What do you expect?
What can you tell us about the dwarves? Heard they were. Some of them were dark and brooding, and they kept to themselves.
I would like to help, but I do have a responsibility of confidentiality for my guests. I'm sure you wouldn't want me to tell the comings and goings of anyone that came in here and asked.
Nope.
But what is it you would like to know?
How long were they here for? That's pretty innocuous, right?
Yeah, they were here for a couple of days.
Did they leave
You
the city by themselves?
Yes, they did. As far as I know. I mean, I don't know what they do once they leave.
Yeah.
As far as I know, nobody checked in or out with them.
did they say where they came from?
They did not? Well, the one did not. The other two didn't speak.
Like at all?
No.
Because they couldn't or because they wouldn't?
I don't know.
This wasn't very helpful.
I do keep a ledger. I
Could
do
we
make my guests
see
sign in
it?
and sign out. I feel terrible. I feel like it would be a breach of my trust to show you the ledger of my guests, but...
They take out a coin. Like, does
Wait,
this...
No. I
What
was
if
going
we
to
seduce
say
her?
it would be terrible. I mean, but I can't control what happens when I'm not here and in the other room for, say, 10 seconds or 10 minutes, leaving the ledger on the desk. And she winks at you and walks away.
Teehee.
Let's look at the
What's the ledger?
All right. Who's grabbing the ledger?
Nicoya.
Sure,
Nicoya.
I'll do it.
All right. Nicoya quickly scatters behind the desk, grabs the ledger, leafs through it, goes back, looks at dates to what she says about 4 weeks ago, and starts scanning the names, flipping them over. And towards the middle of one page, you see the date, you see the number 3, and you see the initial H. Darkbrew.
Hoven! It's Hoven Darkbrew!
So, Henny, maybe, or someone pretending to be Henny.
Yes. Henny sus, though. Henny sus.
But we know, didn't we ask that Henny wasn't involved?
I did.
Yep. By those totally 100% reliable tarot cards from that one woman.
You asked if she was knowingly involved.
Yeah.
To be specific.
willingly.
And
He
we're
said
gonna
willingly.
end that. And we're gonna end that there. Actually, we'll fast forward. We'll just assume that you go get ready for dinner, and we'll start with dinner. Or we can pick up the conversation, but then we'll start with dinner next week. So we'll end it there because it is getting late. So
God, I love roleplay sessions.
I know, I do
That
too.
was
Roleplay sessions are the best.
Well, if you go back to that brothel,
You got a couple hours.
Well, that was. Oh, I
Did
guess
you
I should.
catch that, Lucky?
What?
Were you able to hear all that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
they don't mind the stink, Kelvin.
Do we have any closing messages?
Are we still
Oh,
recording?
yeah, we're still recording.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like when we end the
Turn it off.
like,
Yeah.
all right.
No. So you guys have found H. Darkbrew and written in the book. And we can either pick it up from there in the morning, or we can just pick it up not in the morning. We can pick it up from right there next week, or we can just say you guys went and got cleaned up and got ready for dinner and pick up dinner.
Let's pick it up at the moment of discovery. You know, like a
Okay.
classic
All right.
pulp TV
All right,
show.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that.
Okay, so wait, let's redo this. Ready? And scanning through the page, halfway down, Nicoya reads the initials. H. Darkbrew. Dun dun dun. Fade to black.